guys, what's up? Welcome to IVF with Tia. If you are new here, welcome. And for those who are returning, welcome back. This is essentially a place where I share I will be sharing my IVF journey. And our IVF story was successful. And so currently I am 17, no, I'm not 17 weeks. I'm 16 weeks and 6 days pregnant. So I am here to also share my pregnancy journey as we go through the months. We're almost there, my goodness. And I'm so sorry, my eyes are looking red today. I am tired. I didn't sleep well. I literally have carpal tunnel and it's been hurting me at night. So my apologies. My eyes are red. I'm tired. It's all good. I wanted to at least come on and get the video out since I do have some time today. So let's just get right into it. Today we are basically going to be doing a recap of the first trimester. As I said, we are now in the second trimester. So I will just be talking about my experience, some symptoms that I had and things of that sort. So like I mentioned, we did get pregnant through IVF. And so I did the transfer on January 11th. And so when you transfer on the day that you do that transfer, I did a frozen embryo transfer, and I will do a separate video kind of explaining the different types of stages of IVF, what a frozen transfer is versus a fresh transfer. So depending on which one you did, your experience might be different. So I did a frozen embryo transfer. And so with a frozen embryo transfer, it was a 5-day frozen embryo. And so the day of transfer, you are essentially 2 weeks pregnant already on that day. So when I did that, my doctor pretty much put me on bed rest for 3 days. And when I say my symptoms began literally like the day after, I was like, ah. So just to go back a little bit, this was my second transfer. We tried the very first transfer. It didn't work out. The embryo did not stick. But then the second one is the one that was successful. So I was comparing it to my first one. The first time when I was on bed rest, I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't feel anything whatsoever. And this time around, literally the first day after transfer, I felt some shooting pains. I'm lying down in bed and there were like some shooting pains in my abdomen, a lot of cramping going on, and excuse me for TMI, but I did have a lot of diarrhea. Your girl was like running to that toilet, okay? So immediately I was like, this is a bit different, So a couple of days went on. Essentially that first week, I had the cramping, I had the going to the bathroom and all of that, and I had a feeling, I'm like, you know what? I wonder if it worked this time around. And the thing is, I told myself that with this transfer, I was not going to test at home. What happens is 2 weeks after whenever you transferred, you have to go back to your clinic for them to do the blood test to check to see if you did get pregnant. So the very first time, I obviously bought pregnancy tests. I was testing at home literally like every 2 days or every other day, whatever it was so often. And I just kept being so disappointed leading up to when I did the blood work and they confirmed that, the pregnancy didn't work. And so this time around, I was like, I am not going to stress myself out. I am not going to test at home. So again, I was kind of just going through the motions. But on day 6, I was like, nope. I'm feeling so many different things. By then, my mouth, I started tasting like everything I was eating had a metallic taste to it. I remember my husband making chicken wings. No, it was fried chicken. He made fried chicken. I love fried chicken. And I ate that and I was like, I don't know what's going on with this stuff, but it's disgusting. Like it just was, everything had this metallic taste to it. So I was like, ugh. So then I figured, I'm like, okay, you know what? On day 6, I bailed. I was like, I am going to test. I think on day 5, I went ahead and went on Amazon, ordered like some pregnancy tests. And day 6, I tested and I was like, oh my God, I am pregnant. It was amazing. But anyway, so those were the early signs I had. So the cramping, the diarrhea, and the shooting, like whatever was shooting in there. And I think maybe that was the embryo sticking into, a spot in your uterus. So after that, I started having, I just have some notes here just in case I forgot. I started having shortness of breath, and I feel like I'm having it right now as I'm doing this. In the second trimester, I'm not having it that much at all, really, unless I am like talking or if I'm like, running up and down the stairs, but not so much. But yeah, in those couple of, I don't know, the first, this is all going to be like the first, let's just say 8 weeks. Started having shortness of breath. Like it really was a lot. I would literally just take 2 steps, maybe just like from the living room to the dining room. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was like, okay, yep, we're definitely pregnant here. And come week 7 and 8, the exhaustion started to kick in. My goodness, when I say I was exhausted, I remember, I think I'm working from home, thank God, right? And so I would be on the computer and I'm like, 2 p.m., I feel like I need to take a nap. I am not one to nap, even on weekends or whatever. I am not one to take a nap at all. But when I say I was needing to take naps, and then come 7, 8 p.m., I would be knocked out in bed. And I'm like, I don't know why. Well, not that I don't know why. We know why, right? But it just was so much. I was exhausted. I was exhausted. Then the next symptom, of course, was breasts were painful. The nipples were so sensitive. And when I say sensitive, I would be putting on a shirt, and if the shirt just touches my nipple a little bit, I'll be like, oh my God, it hurts. It was painful. So the breasts were very sore, tender, growing a little, I would say, but not anything major. I think it was mostly like, that soreness in there. Um, then, of course, I had a big appetite. I don't know if I was just being greedy. I really feel like sometimes it might just be me being greedy and finally having an excuse to just eat everything I wanted. I didn't have any cravings per se, but what I did notice is that I enjoyed almost every type of food. Typically, I didn't like, as a person, I don't like bananas at all. I can't even stand the smell of bananas. When I say I was enjoying bananas, that was like my go-to fruit, among others, for breakfast. I was eating the bananas. I was eating a ton of carbs, and I'm still eating a lot of carbs. I need to reduce that, but that's what I'm doing. Yeah, woo, the carbs. I'm not somebody into sweet things. I'm more savory, but I was craving cake. Oh, banana cake. I was loving banana cake, guys. I used to have my ultrasounds every Friday at the IVF clinic until they released me. And there was this one shop or whatever, and they had banana bread in there. Every Friday, I was like, I am getting this banana bread. And I would eat an entire, like, big old, ooh, yeah. But anyway, so it was a lot of eating, a lot of eating. And surprisingly, I didn't gain that much. So in the entire first trimester, I gained a total of 5 pounds, and most of it I gained it actually towards the end of the first trimester. So those first weeks, honestly, obviously I don't exercise, so I wasn't exercising or anything, but I was eating a lot, and I was eating a lot of junk. But surprisingly, I hadn't gained weight. Now, if you ask me now, the weight is just coming and coming and coming. Honestly, I'm about to like go on a diet. Anyway, so I had that. What else did I have? Oh yeah, of course, your frequent urination. I am somebody, once I knock out, go to bed, I don't wake up until the morning to go use the restroom. Nowadays, now not so much, but yeah, certainly first trimester, I was waking up having to go use the restroom. I'm like, oh my gosh. So that was happening a lot. And thirst, oh my goodness. I drink a lot of water in general, but when I say I am drinking a ton of water, yeah, so the whole entire first trimester, I was extremely thirsty. So drinking a lot of water and a lot of coconut water. Actually, I love coconut water. So that's what was happening. What else did I have? So week 12 and 13, I started having pain in my joints. So like my ankles, my knees, but mostly my wrists. Carpal tunnel. I guess apparently you have this pregnancy carpal tunnel. So yeah, it started, I want to say maybe around week 12. Right now at week 16, it is so bad. I talked to my OB a couple of days ago when I had my last appointment, and she essentially gave me a chiropractor. So I am going to be seeing a chiropractor, but it's bad now. But in the first trimester, it kind of started towards the end. My doctor said it's a bit too early to have it, so I don't know, but whatever, we're just going with it. So that's happening. And then what did we do? Oh, headaches. Right. I had a ton of headaches. I want to say maybe around week 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, maybe around there, I would have headaches. I was drinking, like I said, I was drinking a ton of water. I was staying hydrated, but for some reason, just, the headaches were just nonstop. Then towards the end, it slowed down a bit, but it's like if I'm sitting down at the computer for a long time, the moment I get up, I would have like some crazy headache, like right here, super headache until I lie down, and then maybe about 10 minutes later, it kind of goes away. And then it will happen again anytime I essentially get up from, my computer, from sitting down. Then I think 13, week 13, I want to say, because I guess the first trimester ends in week 13. I always thought it was 12 weeks, but I guess it's week 13. So week 13, if not 12, I had to do the blood work for, the NIPT blood work, NIPT. So they check for some chromosomal abnormalities or risks for, like Down syndrome and things of that sort. And then it also kind of tells you your gender. And so we found out our gender in week 13, I want to say, when we got the results, or maybe 14, I don't know. But the blood work was done in the first trimester. So if you wanted to find out your gender, you could take the NIPT blood work test, or the blood test, and it will let you know. So that we found out. Oh, the other thing that's happening, or that happened in the first trimester, snoring. This was more so towards the end as well. So maybe from week 12, I want to say. I typically don't snore at all, unless I'm like super tired, or in my days when I used to drink. If I drink, I would snore. Outside of that, no, not really. But when I say, oh my God, my husband, he had to go out and buy himself earplugs, because he's like, I can't sleep. Like, you're just so loud. We have a second bedroom, like he can always go there, but we're kind of like doing a bunch of work in there, so the bed is not even like set up. It's like standing against the wall somewhere. But sometimes he'll like leave and go to the couch. And I'm like, I am so sorry, it's not me, blame it on the baby. Okay, blame it on the baby. But the snoring is intense. It's still happening now, I guess, because you get congested. I thought maybe it was our AC filter needed to be changed. I changed that, dusted and all that stuff. So it's not anything, I guess it's just part of the, it's part of the pregnancy. So that happened, or is still happening. Hairy. Guys, hair. I've always kind of had a little bit of hair on my face sometimes, so I'd pluck it out here and there. But now it's like, oh my gosh, there's hair. Hair on my belly. Typically I can go maybe even like 3 weeks without having to shave my legs. Now it's like I'll shave, and I'm like 3 days later, I'm like, why is there hair? I just shaved. So yep, definitely being hairy. My face, you cannot tell right now, and I don't think you can really tell, but I was blessed to not necessarily have to have gone through any acne stage. I remember, I think in my teen years, I would have like one pimple at a time, and it would just be like a random one here, and then a couple of days it's gone. So I've never had to go through acne. So it's not that I have like acne, like pimples coming out, but like around here, and now I think a little bit here. It's like, it's not a rash, like small bumps, like little bumps, and they're irritating me, because I'm like, what should I do? I need to change my face wash, my moisturizer, or is this just, just part of it? Give me some tips, anything you did to kind of prevent it or to stop it from happening. But I also have acne on my chest, and I noticed some on my back as well. I scrub, I do all the showering, everything as per usual. but nothing is stopping it. So that's happening. It started obviously in the first trimester. So that's still going on. What else did I have in the first trimester? I think for the most part, that's really it. Like I said, the biggest thing is like the appetite. Like I can eat and eat and eat and eat. You know, it's not like I have any particular cravings or anything, but yeah, for sure, whatever meal is in front of me, I will devour. I didn't like cinnamon buns at all, and I went to brunch with my friends the other day, and they're like, "Oh, we could do cinnamon buns," and I was like, I don't know. But then I smelled them, and I was like, "Oh, sure." I devoured that thing. I was like, this thing is so good. Anything I put in my mouth, I'm like, oh, it's so good. I think I have yet to find something I'm disgusted by. Smell, yeah, strong sense of smell. Anything, like if my husband sprays something small in the house, I'm like, did you spray something? How much did you use? It just, ooh, everything is just smells much stronger. So unfortunately, I don't really put much perfume on anymore. I love perfumes. I love candles. Anything that smells good right now, all of that just kind of irritates me. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of like what's been happening my first trimester. It was very smooth. I did not have nausea. I didn't have anything intense, really. You know, I've been blessed that it's been very smooth because it took a while. It took a lot to get to where we are today. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, thankfully, it's this is like I'm catching a break, and yeah, let's see how the second trimester goes. So far it's been all right. Again, like I said, the main thing is the carpal tunnel, but not anything crazy, nothing to complain about. So yeah, if y'all are pregnant, let me know how your first trimester went, or if you're in the third, second, whatever it is, and or maybe actually give a girl some tips, like what can I expect in the second trimester, what can I do to relieve some of this pain in my arms. I'm gonna check out the chiropractor, see how that goes. But yeah. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. And by the way, if you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.